From expressive gestures to maintaining a stoic expression, the cast had to follow strict rules to achieve the desired results. Jenna Ortega, who plays Wednesday Addams, had more rules to follow than anyone else. Every actress who has portrayed Wednesday in the past faced challenges, as the character is complex and largely emotionless. The demands were endless, and one factor contributing to this was perfectionist director Tim Burton, who knew exactly what he wanted, including casting only Jenna Ortega for the role. Jenna accepted the role and committed to following the guidelines Burton set. Despite the clarity of the rules, Ortega wanted to connect more deeply with the character, which was no easy task. Throughout the series, Wednesday engages in various activities, from playing the cello to fencing and steering a boat. Jenna initially had no experience with some of these skills, and it took months of practice to perform them convincingly. Wednesday seems most at ease when playing her cello, a moment that reveals her true self. Although the cello music we hear isn't actually being played by Wednesday on screen, Jenna's performance still required extensive preparation. She attended cello lessons twice a week for about 2 months to make her playing appear authentic. Beyond the cello scenes, Jenna also delivers a standout performance in a memorable scene with Bianca, portrayed by Joy Sunday. In the scene where Wednesday joins Nevermore and works to make a name for herself, she challenges Bianca to a fencing duel. This moment is undoubtedly one of the most entertaining in the series, combining intense action with visually striking elements, such as the elaborate costumes and masks. Interestingly, the costumes were so intricate that it could take up to 20 minutes just to use the bathroom. For Ortega, this scene presented a unique challenge. She admitted that she had initial doubts about her ability to pull it off and needed to train extensively with Joy Sunday, who portrays Bianca. "I honestly was so nervous about this part because I want to do her justice, so I went to fencing lessons twice a week," Ortega shared. Normally, combat scenes rely heavily on stunt doubles, but Jenna preferred to perform her own fencing sequences to fully immerse herself in Wednesday's experience. The directors, however, limited her participation for safety reasons, knowing that the risk of injury was high. The demands on Jenna extended far beyond just the fencing scenes. She not only had to master the cello, fencing, and even cut her own hair for the role, but she also had to embody Wednesday's distinct, emotionless demeanor in every gesture, posture, and movement. She was required to walk with a precise combination of confidence and poise, minimizing any unnecessary hand movements. These restrictions may sound simple on paper, but they required constant attention to detail. Tim Burton, ever the perfectionist, closely monitored her every movement. He noticed that Jenna had perfected the confident yet stiff posture and realized she had also achieved something subtler, capturing Wednesday's expressionless essence. One of the most remarkable aspects of this was Jenna's control over her facial expressions, particularly her eyes. In one scene, she refrained from blinking for an extended period, which added to Wednesday's eerie, composed presence. Burton recognized the power of this subtle detail and instructed her to maintain the no-blink approach along with her sharp gait. From that point on, her blinks were so rare that they became nearly imperceptible, adding an uncanny authenticity to her portrayal. This level of dedication shows how much effort went into making Wednesday both intimidating and relatable, balancing the character's stoicism with glimpses of inner depth. Beyond these physical and technical challenges, Jenna also focused on the emotional nuances of Wednesday's character. Despite her stoic exterior, Wednesday has moments of vulnerability, curiosity, and wit, and Ortega worked to ensure these glimpses were believable without breaking the character's signature detachment. The combination of mastering complex skills, following strict physical rules, and infusing subtle emotional layers made her performance compelling and multi-dimensional. From the cello performances, where she spent months learning to look convincing, to the fencing scenes, to the carefully controlled posture and facial expressions, Jenna Ortega's dedication illustrates the extraordinary preparation required to bring such an iconic and intricate character to life. First and foremost, Jenna had to embody Wednesday's iconic look, and hair and makeup played a crucial role. While getting ready for shooting didn't take too long, achieving Wednesday's cold and mysterious appearance required extra effort. Unlike many productions where actors wear wigs, Jenna actually cut her own hair to perfectly fit the character, a choice that Tim Burton loved. This dedication highlights just how committed she was to bringing Wednesday to life. In addition to her appearance, Ortega had to learn German for a brief scene, ensuring she sounded fluent despite having only a minute or less of dialogue. She wasn't alone in this type of challenge. Percy Hines-White, who plays Xavier, had to learn to paint for a shot that lasted less than 5 seconds, though he got to keep some of the artwork. Despite these small but demanding tasks, the cast bonded over larger challenges, including relocating to Romania. Percy described it as one of the hardest experiences he'd faced, as it lasted nearly 8 months and was his first time being on his own for such an extended period. Jenna's temporary stay in Romania required significant lifestyle adjustments, including changes to her diet. A committed vegan, she had to temporarily abandon this diet because vegan options were difficult to find locally. While Jenna faced numerous challenges, arguably the hardest role on set went to Thing. Unlike many productions that rely on visual effects, Thing was portrayed by a real human hand, Romanian magician Victor Dorobantu, bringing the character to life in a way that was both authentic and demanding. Thing's role is arguably one of the most challenging in the series, or even in television, because conveying personality and emotion through just a hand is no small feat. At first, it may seem easy, but Victor Dorobantu, the magician who portrayed Thing, faced incredible physical and technical demands. Each day, he had to wear a blue bodysuit that covered his entire body, leaving only his hand exposed. The suit was restrictive, and he even had to hide his face. It was so difficult that the costume designers eventually cut a small hole to help him breathe properly. Thing's tasks became increasingly complex with each episode. Victor had to perform upside down, next to walls, under tables, and even inside walls. One of the most challenging scenes involved shooting underwater, which he successfully managed. Reflecting on his toughest moment, Victor shared that it was in the first episode, in Wednesday's room. They just made a hole under the bed for my body, my hand was sticking through the mattress, and my head was turned toward a small monitor underneath. It was very hard to breathe, and my hand was going numb, he explained. Victor's performance, however, was only part of the effort. The makeup team played a crucial role, applying prosthetics and scars every day in precisely the same positions as before. They had to reference photos from multiple angles to maintain consistency. Other cast members also faced demanding challenges. Emma Myers, who played Enid, had to bring to life the character's bubbly personality, colorful wardrobe, K-pop fandom, and distinctive hair. While she excelled at portraying Enid's energy, maintaining that same level of vibrancy on set was not always easy, as real-life fatigue sometimes made it difficult to sustain the character's boundless enthusiasm. With so many cast members facing unique challenges, from Jenna Ortega mastering Wednesday's skills and demeanor, to Victor Dorobantu bringing Thing to life, to Emma Myers channeling Enid's boundless energy, it's hard to say who had the toughest role on set. Each of them contributed enormously to bringing the world of Wednesday to life.